All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Roosevelt's Live, which is in honor this edition for a very special day. Probably everybody up here's favorite day of the year, maybe. Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So, again, I'm Mike Schreiner from Roosevelt's. I have some very, very special guests here, which we'll get quick little introductions here. And then we will do a quick little live reveal of our collection here. So let's start down here and let's take it down here. Quick little introduction.
Hey, I'm actor Chris Bartlett from The Mandalorian, and we have something special to reveal today.
Hi, I'm Justin Sonfield, and my role here is I am the commanding officer of the 501st Legion.
Hi, I'm Naomi Sonfield, also of the 501st Rebel Legion and Coax School of New Jersey, Galactic Academy.
Watto is up, my friends. This is Mike Forrester of Thank the Maker podcast. Very excited to unveil these shirts today.
Hello there. I'm Steven, and this is Sarah.
And we're the hosts of Princess and Scoundrel on YouTube.
And I am Dano of the Dano channel on YouTube.
Beautiful. Now, what makes this occasion even more special than just being, a pre-Star Wars day is, as we all know, it's the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. Now, not to date us a little bit here, but putting him in the spot too much. I know you're hearing this live for the first time. Thinking back to 1999. Now, would love to hear from everybody. Is there like a moment, a favorite character, something from that film that kind of conjures when you think back to this like milestone here? So, Chris, let's start with you.
Yeah, 99. It had been a while since we'd seen Star Wars. For those of us who grew up with the original trilogy, it was 1983 with the last. So when new Star Wars movies were announced, I was really excited because we would get to see the origin story of maybe C-3PO. And so I was excited about that. And I was 30, so I was older than the typical audience. But anyway, I was really excited for it. Yeah.
I have two very distinct memories. One was 1 month before the opening date, standing in line in front of Toys R Us to see the first Star Wars toys that had been released in that many years as well. So that was incredible. And then I was one of those people that booked 4 showings on the first opening day of the Phantom Menace, starting with the first one at midnight.
I remember seeing Padme Amidala's costumes on the big screen for the first time, and I was just blown away and fell in love with her.
I would say probably the favorite thing about the Phantom Menace was that we got to run around like crazy people and collect Pepsi cans with all of the Phantom Menace characters on it. I didn't get the gold one, but I think I got enough, and I remember going, okay, what do I do now? And I also knew that when we saw Darth Maul, he was going to wreck some stuff. And I always liked that, so.
Yeah, for me, I think it was the fact that I wasn't fortunate enough to watch any of the OG trilogy in theaters. This was my trilogy that I could start watching, and waiting in line at the theater was just incredible. And again, Darth Maul, 2 lightsabers, it was just awesome.
So we grew up in the same neighborhood, and they had just opened a new movie theater. So that was the first movie we saw in that theater, and I went with my sister, and I just remember being excited because it was like a new theater, a new Star Wars. My first time seeing Star Wars in movie theater. But I do think I still have Pepsi cans at my mom's house. So yeah, we have that too.
All right, in 1999, I would have been in high school. I remember we ditched school the last couple periods just to get to the theater early enough to snag seats and wait in line amongst all the other crazies with their Jedi robes and lightsabers and everything. But that night, the big thing that stood out for me was that pod racing scene.
Yeah, my story very similar to you guys. High school, senior year, went to a small little theater in Kent, Ohio, shout out Ohio, and we just, it was the same thing where we hadn't seen these characters, these things we grew up in love, as a small child, collecting toys, everything, and then all of a sudden here we are for the first time in a long time, seeing all this, the whole new fable, new characters. It's incredible. So, speaking of incredible, now's the time that you're all here. I would love to start unveiling some of these shirts here. Shirts in a couple other formats that we're debuting for this collection. So, Scotty, why don't you wheel that beast out here? All right, great. So the lovely guests here, they're all wearing certain shirts here. We'll kind of go through each one, but then, like I mentioned, there's a few other shirts in the back that some new formats that you probably haven't seen yet. So, Dan, why don't you kick us off with this?
Yeah, so
Light in the dark.
I'm wearing the Light in the Dark. It's a little bit of a darker shirt done in like a painted style. It's got some really, really epic battles on here. You got Anakin and Obi-Wan, you got Grievous, Yoda, and there's little splashes of color behind their lightsabers. Super subtle, but just a really, really cool style overall. I dig it.
Love it. Sarah?
All right, so I'm wearing Gungan style, which great word to call this one, but it is arguably the best in the collection. I think it's what we've all been waiting for. It's Jar Jar Binks. It's bright, it's colorful, we've got flowers on it. It is the one that I'm probably going to be wearing every day this summer.
Perfect. That's right. Steven, what you got there, man? It looks
So
familiar.
I think this is arguably the best shirt. When you think of Star Wars, you think of the modal nodes, that little tune in the cantina, the best. So this is going to sell out quick.
Truly one of a kind. This was called Figurin Funk. Figurin Funk. Why don't you come in? Actually, you know what? What are you wearing here?
I'll hold this up.
Straight. You
Yeah,
got
I'll
this
hold
up.
this
Why don't you
up.
show us this?
This one's called, you guessed it, the Phantom Menace. I think most importantly about this is there's a lot of people who are asking for pod racers. We got it. Okay, we have everyone's favorite Sith Lord right here. Debatable, I know. And a lot of people have been calling for years for this. Roosevelt finally gave in. Watto is here. Watto has made it, everyone. We can all collectively clap. We're very excited about this. Everyone's favorite Toydarian. Thank you very much. So, this is the Phantom Menace. It has Newt Gunray on it. It's got everything you need. Wear this to the theater next week. That's right. All right.
Roger. And we'll have Justin come up, but really fast, just wanted to kind of note,
Yeah.
you know me as well. Just wanted to kind of note that the last ones we just saw actually come in hybrid shorts. They come in youth sizes as well as a women's style cut as well. So you can see a lot of the shirts here, which you'll see online when it goes live, will include pretty much all of the above. So you'll see all those different SKUs.
So I am wearing Clone Meme. I love it. I mean, who doesn't love a shirt with a million clones and a million on the way? It has a Republic gunship kind of silhouette in the background, which is everybody's favorite Republic transport. So pretty cool.
I am wearing Darth Maul, and I love the color, but my favorite part here is the detail of Darth Maul in half. Got it?
Yeah, that's incredible. This one also is available, just like the one Justin showed as well, 4 different formats. And yeah, the Darth Maul one, let's get another close-up of that, because this is truly exceptional. Kind of fun, but yeah, it just shows Mr. Maul in quite a few forms, if you will. So, yeah, that's what's exciting about that one as well. Darth Maul, and last but certainly not least, Mr. Chris here. What do we got?
How are you?
Something a little special about this, correct?
Yes, I love droids, as you know. As I mentioned before, I'm an actor on The Mandalorian and the other new shows. I'm known for playing droids. Let's see, I've played 20 characters now in Star Wars. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, but I play that character as well. Anyway, this is straight from my notebook here. This is called Droid Drawings, and I drew all these myself and worked with Roosevelt's to create an amazing pattern for a really cool shirt.
Do you want to show us a couple of your sketches here?
Yes, yeah. So these are the original drawings that you'll see on the shirt here. You have lots of you have protocol droids.
Who's that?
C-3PO, human cyborg relations. There's L3, and then there's some other information for when I'm sketching parts and stuff that I'm making myself. Zero, who's my favorite that I've played. He's a mercenary. He's
pretty predominantly, yep.
Yeah, he's twice, right? Right, he got to fly Mando's ship. He's always the smartest guy in the room, which is a fun attitude to play as an actor. IG-11, which was
Infamous.
he's right here. Yes, and the other droids. Now, people often ask me what's your favorite droid in Star Wars, and the Gonk droid is my favorite. He's right here. See, but he's also here.
What else do we have on this shirt?
Oh, well, we have, let's see. Yes, we have R2 is over here. Let's see. Oh, the probe droid. Yes, probe droid down here is one of my favorite also. There's little R2. There's some hands here, protocol droid hands. Yeah. So and then they all came from from original sketches. It's just this kind of like you're drawing in your notebook during meetings at work or.
And then brought to light, like literally on your back.
Right, exactly. So anyway, I've been an artist since I was really a little kid, and I'm just so happy to be able to do something fun with Roosevelt. It's a brand that I really love. So
Absolutely. Appreciate you being here. And
Yeah, thanks.
Similar to the other designs we showed, this comes in 4 different styles, women's, youth, and also men's. And actually, we don't have hybrid shorts in that one, but most of the other ones do come with hybrid shorts as
I
well.
think that'd be a little much. Too many.
That'd be a lot.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe you can come out later with like all 4 of these on, and let's see how that looks.
Great.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for. Why don't you get everybody back out here? Scotty, why don't you wheel this away? And should we take a little Q&A? We should do a little Q&A? Perfect. And for those that are just joining, again, we are here, Roosevelt's live from HQ, Roosevelt's HQ, and we have quite a stellar lineup of guests here. And we're gonna take a little Q&A from the audience. We pre-polled, asked some questions, a little AMA style, and Scotty's gonna take it away.
Alrighty, so first question we have here is, what is your favorite ship or vehicle in the Star Wars universe? Who wants to take it?
I gotta go with the Outrider from Shadows of the Empire. Little deep cut. Little deep cut.
Be something. Could it be like a bantha? Like a bantha.
I mean, the speeders in Endor, the scout troopers, that was pretty cool scene.
Yeah. On the rebellion side, Snowspeeder. On the
It's very good. Any trilogy, it's okay? Yep. It's going to be Kylo Ren's ship.
Okay, I'm OG, and there's another character in Star Wars that is a ship, and that's the Millennium Falcon. So it's got to be the Millennium Falcon.
Done. Yeah.
That's too easy. Yeah, that's a layup.
Yeah. As a 7-year-old, I loved the Luke's land speeder, and as a 7-year-old, 1970s, we were. I think it was implied that we would have flying cars in the future, and so I figured, well, by the time I'm 16 years old, I'll be able to have my own land speeder, floating flying car, and I was disappointed. I'm still disappointed. But yes, it still stood out as a very iconic vehicle for me.
Next question we have is, what is your favorite episode 1 movie scene? We'll actually start with you.
Favorite what?
Favorite episode 1 movie scene.
Oh, definitely the pod racing scene, because you got Tusken Raiders, you got Jawas, and the whole design of those pod racers. Really, I love that. So action packed for me.
I love the opening scene. I mean, there's a protocol droid, which we're both huge fans of, and Jedi doing their thing for the first time, and you're seeing lightsabers using it in a really neat way. So, opening scene.
Mine's going to relate to Padme again. I loved seeing her take charge in the final battle and really command her own army and take control, and then get the Viceroy at the end.
I have a feeling I'm gonna maybe spoil it, but the Duel of the Fates truly is iconic. I'm sorry if I ruined that for you. I did. Well, Steven, why don't you tell us what you like about it after I've ruined it for you?
Again, it's Darth Maul, that dual saber, just that second ignition was mind-blowing to me. And then, of course, the Duel of the Fates, that the music was just so got you so amped up as a teenager, as a kid. You love it. You love it.
I think for me, it was seeing all of the stuff on Tatooine, seeing little Anakin for the first time and being like, wait a second, that becomes that to me. And then, Chris, like you said earlier, you get to see C-3PO, you get to see it's Star Wars.
All right, I got to go with pod racing also. It's got some of the best sounds. Sebulba's pod racer is one of the coolest sounds in all of Star Wars. You get to see pod racers blow up. It's got everything. It's everything about that scene's amazing. And it's like, what, a third of the movie? Yeah, it's the best part.
All very, very iconic scenes. For this, move over to characters from Star Wars. What's your favorite underrated character in the Star?
I mean, I don't know that he's underrated, but Lando he's the man. Like, Lando's the best character. Again, I don't think he's underrated, but we need more Lando.
Okay, I don't know if this is underrated either, but Mon Mothma, like, she's been around. She's been around this whole time, and she's been working in the background. But Mon Mothma's it for me.
I think underrated. I don't know. Again, this is one of those like weird, but like R2 being the hero of the series, that is, you know, there's not enough appreciation for R2. I think so. More droid love.
I'm gonna say Qui-Gon Jinn, right? Because Qui-Gon Jinn understood where. Too soon? I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. I deal with it every day. But I think maybe besides Qui-Gon Jinn, maybe Boss Nass, right? That I was hoping someone would do that, and we have. So now that's my answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, my underrated is probably just the Gungans in general. They got such a bad rap, but if you talk to any child that has ever watched those movies, they just love them, and our son did too. You can't argue with that.
Babu Frick. Definitely Babu Frick. There we go. And all of the little Enzellans that, you know, build Star Cruisers and droids.
All right, if we're talking about underrated, the Gonk droid I mentioned before, I mean, so simple in design and yet so powerful as a power droid.
All solid answers. Anybody out there that's viewing, if you're drinking blue milk, please hit the like button right now. Next question, it's a bit of a long one. You're at a bar somewhere in the universe and get challenged to Intergalactic Beer Olympics. You get to pick one drinking partner from the Star Wars universe. Who are you going with? I can repeat it, too.
Wow. Beer Olympics, and I have a partner? Well, they're going to be doing all the drinking. I'm going to be drinking Bantha milkshakes, I think. Yeah. My partner, let's see, who could really put it away? Chewbacca.
I'm fairly certain I want Death Sticks, dude, because that guy can definitely put something down.
I was gonna say Chewie, but I'll go with Lando.
It's got to be Jar Jar Binks. He literally lives underwater. He has gills, I think. I don't think liquid is a problem for him. So, Misa, pick Jar Jar Binks.
I'm gonna go to prequels, Dax from Dax Diner, because I'm pretty sure he's knocked back a couple, knocked back a few in his time.
How is nobody called Han Solo yet?
You know he can.
It's Han Solo. Where did we first see him? In a cantina.
Yeah, so Han Solo. You have to. He's the man.
Does Darth Grievous count?
General Grievous?
General Grievous, I mean? Does General Grievous count?
4 drinks?
Does that work? I don't know. Well, let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, audience. Actually, Scotty, I'm going to jump in really fast because you know what? I think we have time for a few more questions. But one thing someone can hold the mic for me. We're doing it live, everyone. One thing I forgot to mention is in this collection drop, there are 3 T-shirts. 3 T-shirts. You've seen them drop some other collections. This first one is the clone meme. Pass it on down to Justin. You can hold that. Obviously, you got your favorite Gungan there.
Look at that.
And this one here, we'll pass this down to Chris as well. So we have these complimentary T-shirts that kind of go with certain elements of the shrine. What's that? Complimentary. Yes. That's right. Gratis. That's on us. Yes. And then closer to the drop, we'll also preview a couple other shirts that might be coming out tomorrow. So I want to make sure you have an opportunity to, yeah. I told you it's a celebration. We have many days for this Star Wars Day. So, Scotty, why don't we hit him with one more question or so?
Righty. What user has the best designed lightsaber hilt?
This is a tough one. You know what? I like the Inquisitors spinning sabers. Those are sick.
Oh, this is so tough. I'm gonna have Ahsoka. It's two.
I think I'm gonna go with Kylo Ren's, the dark side, just that just primal looking hilt is awesome.
Yeah. My dad was a photographer, and so to recognize vintage Graflex or Highland Flash, I think was very cool. And also knowing that he had some and then sold them for probably parts, scrap. So I won't forgive you, Dad, for what you've done. But I would say Anakin's Graflex would maybe be my favorite.
I'm going to go with an obscure one here, but with Temple Guard. Just how clean. Yep.
The only one that says BMF on it. Mace Windu.
Wow. I like original Obi-Wan from A New Hope. His, I just think it's a very graceful design, but yet, wasn't it based on like an old? Yeah. Anyway, I really love that design too.
Chris, we got a fan question.
Yeah.
Who would be the best Uber driver from the Star Wars universe?
Oh, the best Uber driver, obviously Zero. I mean, his response time is quicker than Organics, and he's smarter too. Yeah. There you go. Good question.
We got time for another question, you think? Where are we at right now?
We got about 5 minutes.
All right, perfect. So what genre of music do the modal nodes play?
All at once, or
Let's all do it together. 1, 2, 3, cheers! You guys are perfect.
Don't forget the Jats. Always got to remember the Jats.
100%
I'm a Jats guy myself.
Grow up and buy so much.
Well, thank you for that communal answer there. If you guys could make a cameo in any Star Wars series, which one would it be?
cameo in any series, Mando. Have to be in Mandalorian. Somehow, I'd play a Cantina alien. Definitely.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Rebels. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Sarah. Rebels was definitely the kind of part that binded a lot of us. So Rebels for me.
I know myself enough to know that I am definitely in a hive of scum and villainy in Mos Eisley. Absolutely. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go with Ahsoka.
I had the great pleasure of having a cameo in Ahsoka, and I know. So Ahsoka. I know.
Yeah, the story behind that was we were going to have three droids in the scene, Ahsoka, and they said, we need you to find the other outfits. So I called. We have a similar build. Okay, he's wearing an extra small shirt. Okay, that's like intention. No, he did a great job as backup to C1D1, and so I don't have an answer for this.
Yeah.
And you can repeat after I say it. Who would win in an all-out brawl? Ewoks or Jawas?
Who would win an all-out brawl? Ewoks or Jawas? Who wants it? Who wants to take it?
I mean, I think that's pretty simple. We saw them actually in combat. So it's going to be the Ewoks. They're able to take on full-size humans, and they've got that, like... I think they've got a little Wookiee blood in them.
Where did that dress come from? Where did the dress come from?
That's where it came from.
There was a full-size dress in a little village of bears. Where did that dress come from?
So I think it's an easy one. Ewoks.
Awesome. Well, we're going to kick off the second part of the Q&A a little bit after the drop. We're going to kick back over to Mike. Just what we got coming.
Beautiful, thanks, Scotty. I think we're only a few minutes away from countdown, right? I'm looking at the squad back there. About 2 minutes, 1 minute even. Well, really fast. I mentioned this a few minutes ago. We have polos dropping tomorrow. If somebody wants to, you want to model these for me of sorts. So these are designs you have seen before, but just little subtle accents that we added to them to our golf line here. So we have Bounty a Day, we have Trilogy's End, ever popular with the heat transfers here, and then we have one. Why don't you hand that over to Justin? Just that one right there. Yup. What do we got here, Justin?
This is my favorite. When you have a lot of little troopers and a lot of little dark side characters in one shirt, I'm buying.
Beautiful. You hold on to that. And then just a few more minutes left, or not even a few minutes, 30 seconds. Wow, 30 seconds. 2 quarter zips that are dropping. Check out these bad boys.
Yes.
Mandalore in hyperspeed. So, I think the countdown is on. What are we at? What are we at? What are we at, crew? Talk to me. What do we got here? Scotty, come on out here, Scotty. Scotty, get right here in the middle with that, because I think we'll let the whole squad do the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome. Very cool, very cool. Well, I'm sure everybody's scattering right now, trying to get the shirts you want, which we appreciate you grabbing. Actually, I would love to take this moment. Justin, you want to come out here and tell us a little bit about the 501st and just kind of give us a little background on this?
So I represent the 501st Legion, but I'm also a member of the Rebel Legion, the Mando Mercs, the Droid Builders, and our Sons in Galactic Academy. And we are Star Wars costumers, and we're an all-inclusive club that's worldwide, and the only thing you need to do is build a Star Wars costume or buy a Star Wars costume that is movie accurate, 18 years or older, and come meet the most incredible people you've ever met in your entire life. We have so much fun. We're an incredible community. Most of what we do is for we help charities. We do our best to raise money, raise smiles for some of the best charities in the world. And it's something you can do no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you are. It's just a great place to meet fellow Star Wars fans and celebrate this trilogy through the love of costuming.
Where can people find more about the...
www.501st.com and on Instagram at official501st.
Awesome.
Yes.
You all down there might be members, right?
So we actually have multiple members here. Mr. Forrester is a member and a squad leader, and Naomi is a member. And we have Mr. Bartlett over here, who is a member since 2001, TK409. Right. So a lot of legacy here, and again, it's just part of building the Star Wars community, and we would love to have you all.
So does every member of the 501st get a TK number? Is that
Everyone gets an assigned number in the 501st. If you're in Rebel Legion, you're going by your character name. If you're in the Mando Mercs, you have another name that you can assign to yourself. But basically, it's yes, you create your own Star Wars identity through a costume that's either a face character like a Darth Vader or a Stormtrooper, where we have about 6,000 Stormtroopers that again just travel the world and create awareness for Star Wars and charities.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, you take it.
Perfect. How's everyone doing out there? Did you get what you want? Did you get what you need? For those that just joining, we just went live with the 2024 Star Wars May the 4th collection. We are about to, I think, kick off a few more Q&A questions. If you have some, send them in right now. Send your questions in now. We'll just yell it out and we can kind of keep it going from there. Scotty, do you have a couple more queued up? Quite a bit. Here we go. I'll hand this back over to you.
Get used to it. Yeah. So, favorite bounty hunter and why? Start with you, Dan.
Bosk, because Trandoshans kick ass.
I'm going to go with Fennec Shand because the costume and the hair, super dope.
I'm going OG Boba Fett. That is, you see him for a second and fell in love. So.
I figured Boba Fett was going to be gone at this point. I'm glad my calculations were correct. But as of recent, something about Cad Bane. Cad Bane represents everything cool about the Western influence of Star Wars. And when he came in Book of Boba Fett, I was like, he's going to kill everyone you love. Thought that was great. What?
I'm going to go with Zam Wessel because she's amazing, and also the costume. It all relates back to the costume.
For me, it would either be Zuckuss, because that's just a great costume as well, but probably Dengar. Dengar, if you follow it along, Dengar eventually gets very, very self-absorbed and gets a ton of cosmetic surgery and can actually be found in The Rise of Skywalker. So, that's my lot in life.
Served by John Williams.
Right, being served by John.
Wow. The bounty hunter that I like the most, when we think about bounty hunters, because they're so cool, it's the ones that you find mysterious, maybe good looking. My favorite is one that affected me a lot, and that is Q90 right here. You know, I mean, I got to, yeah, he's very handsome. He got to fly Mando's ship. He got to be the smartest guy in the room. He got to work with Grogu a lot and got a magnificent death. Everything an actor would want, or a fan of bounty hunters.
Ooh, no Mando. All right. Question's kind of hard hitting. It's a two-parter. You can answer group if you'd like. Do you hate sand, and do you think it's coarse and rough and irritating and that it gets everywhere?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect. That's the answer I was looking for. We'll start off with you, Chris.
Oh my gosh, where would I most want to visit? Definitely not a junk pile. Let's see. I would say not a desolate place. Naboo was beautiful this time of year, right? I know you were going to take that. Yeah. So, but there's so many other places. There you go.
This is easy for me. Space Ibiza. So that would be Neamos.
I was gonna say Naboo, also. You gotta think of a new one.
Oh, okay. Actually, Takodana. Maz Kanata's castle seems like a place I could get in a little bit of trouble, and just that nice lake, perfect for X-wings, just destroying it, coming in here. That's my answer.
I'm gonna go more recent. Bad Batch has been going on. Just go retire at Pabu. Nice, quiet, the ocean, those sunsets. I think it'd be beautiful.
So I don't think you could get like Amazon Prime 2-day shipping to Pabu. So I'm a city girl. We're gonna go Coruscant.
All right, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a deep cut. Maybe you guys will get emotional on this one. Chandrila Starline, the Halcyon. That's somewhere I'd like to, specifically the Sublight Lounge, because it was the best. But yeah.
All right, y'all, we're getting close to that time, unfortunately. Really fast though, I noticed this earlier. Michael, what's going on with your shirt? Earlier, what's going on with this shirt here?
This shirt is fit for a queen. And if that tells you anything, overseas in London at the comic convention, this is a Queen Amidala focused shirt that has lots of details on here. We can zoom in enough for you to be able to pick out all 5 references in here. You win absolutely nothing other than the opportunity to be able to buy it. So,
And where did this?
Is that a Japor snippet?
that is a Japor snippet right in the middle, Nabooian Star Cruiser. We also have a couple other little details in there. But if you're, I heard the insiders.
Yes.
Criminal amount of no Queen Amidala stuff. So we changed that. And that's what's also important. I designed this one. Thank you for supporting artists.
And I was just gonna say, so you might have had a hand in that directly, and
yes,
the
yes.
creation, and
Yep.
beautiful. All right, well, that's gonna be, as Mike mentioned, MCM show in London. It's at the end of this month. Check it out. If you have friends overseas, let them know, because this is gonna be a hot commodity right here. So, and with that, we have to say goodbye. May the force be with you. We thank for everybody for joining. I'd like to thank our guests, Dano, Princess and Scoundrel, Hondo Supply Mike, thank the maker, Naomi and Justin, and Chris Bartlett. Thank you all. May the force be with you, always.
Are we still live? I have a different shirt. Oh, let's get here. Let's get out of the way.
Yeah, are we just in here? All right, let's do this, guys.
Is it still?
Yeah, because it's delayed.
Oh, we got to turn the camera off again.